Hi guys! This video is going to be the second part of a 3-part series. So if you're new here and you want to go back to the first part, you could totally go do that now. But for anyone who has already watched it, it is part 2 of how to have the most successful year as a freelance makeup artist. First part was goal setting and manifesting. Now we're going into planning. It's so important to know how to properly plan your year. I have so many of my students always asking me how to properly plan, because if you've watched any of my other videos or taken any of my classes, I always say my entire 20s was a blur to me because I just worked every single day. I didn't have a day off. I didn't even have birthdays or any holidays. I was always working no matter what. So a lot of those memories that I could have had, I don't have with family or friends. It's all work. And when you think back, it kind of becomes a blur. So planning is so important. And I'm gonna go into all about planning, how to do it so that you have a great work-life balance and you actually enjoy working and you actually enjoy home life and family life and social life as well. So that's what this video is going to be all about. If you stick around to the end, you're going to see exactly how I like to set up my calendar in order to have the most successful year and actually enjoy life doing it. I'm Lauren D'Amelio Ventre. I have been in this industry for over 16 years and I've educated thousands of makeup artists around the world. And I want to help you become the most successful makeup artist and actually enjoy doing it. So in this video, I'm going to give you a download so that you have a free resource to click the button below, and you're going to be able to download. This week is going to be an example of what my calendar would look like monthly, and also a work-life balance scheduling guide. And these will really help you set up your year and make sure that you are having a great work-life balance. So make sure you go down, click the button below, grab that free resource. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. If you have any questions, please comment below. Let me know what you want to learn about. I make videos like this every single week, and I want to help answer any questions that you might have. Okay, so first things first, what you need to do is go buy a physical calendar. Go out to Marshall's, go to Staples, go to TJ Maxx, wherever you want to go on Amazon, whatever you want to do. Go get a calendar. I like to get a 2-year calendar because sometimes I do book out pretty far in advance. You could start with a 1-year calendar and then always buy for the following year when you need it. I strongly believe in having a physical calendar where you write things down and you could really visualize everything that you have for that month, that year, that week. Super important. You also want to put everything in your phone, either Google Calendar or Apple Calendar, whatever you use. I think it's very important to have 2 sets of calendars because God forbid something goes down online and everything's lost. At least you have the physical calendar to be able to go off of. If you lose your physical calendar, at least you'll have your online calendar as a backup. So always important to have 2. Cannot explain this and cannot reiterate this enough. Super important. Don't just put dates in your phone and your notes. Have it in one place and make sure you have a backup. So important. I've seen so many makeup artists forget about appointments because they're so unorganized. So make sure that you're super organized, and having these will really help. So once you get your physical calendar, what you want to do, first of all, you want to go through and put in every client that you already have booked. You already have contracts from, they've already inquired, and you guys have set up dates. Make sure all of that is put in immediately. Those are super important. That is what you're basing the rest of your calendar off of. So that's going to include any trials, special events, weddings, anything that you already have that you know as far as clients. Make sure it's in the book. When I put my clients in my physical calendar, I also like to write down maybe their email address or where I'm going that day, full name, location, anything that I might need, timing, anything that I already know. Make sure that's all there too, because again, if something happens to your online calendar and all of that information goes away, you have your physical calendar to go back to, and you're going to have all of the information that you need in order to contact your clients. The next thing that I think is super important to put in your calendar is to actually research major events that are going on maybe in your area. So for me, I'm in New Jersey or really close to New York. So anything like New York Fashion Week, spring, fall, I always make sure that I know those weeks and I put them in my calendar, and I try to keep those clear because so many last minute clients come in that time. And a lot of the times they're pretty big names. So I like to keep those open for for my clientele that might be flying in that week. We also have the VMAs and Met Gala, which are pretty big weeks for us over here on the East Coast in the New York area. So if you're in LA, you have a ton of events, a ton of weeks. So try to prioritize which ones are most important for you to try to keep availability if you want to go more the celebrity route. If not, book yourself out. Don't worry about it. I personally like to be involved in things like that. I think it's a lot of fun to work Fashion Week, not necessarily behind the scenes anymore, like actual fashion shows. I used to do that all the time. It's so much fun, but now I'd rather kind of take my special clients that are going to the events. It's a lot less work and a lot less stress, and it's a lot of fun still. So if you're a newer artist, or even if you're not a newer artist and you want to keep these certain weeks open for Fashion Week when it's in your area, or the Met Gala, when you put that in your calendar, also make sure maybe to put in the calendar a week or two prior to start promoting that you have availability for that week. Hey, anyone coming into the New York area for Fashion Week, I have a few dates and times still available. Please reach out and put all of your information, how they could reach out to you, because a lot of clients that are going to be flying in don't have an artist that are local. So this is your opportunity to get these clients, these bigger clients, these more celebrity clients into your book, and make sure you're putting in hashtags like New York Fashion Week. You can even reach out to maybe publicists of certain people that you know might be coming, saying that you're an artist out there, that share your portfolio with them. Make sure that they're aware that you want to take clients, because if you're just keeping that date or that week open and then you don't get anyone because you're not just getting reached out to, make sure you're promoting yourself for that week. Very important. If you're going to block out a week or a day or a weekend, make sure that you're promoting that you have it open and that you're taking clients for it. Next, I like to go through and make sure any holidays, birthdays of friends, family, any events that I already know that I have going on in my life or my son's life or my husband's life or my family's life, I really try to make sure that it's in the calendar and in a different color. I like to use this pen, and it's literally, I think it's for children, and it has all the different color pennings, and it's all in one, and you just click the different colors. They're the best. But I use one of those pens to write down like in a different color, like work is always red. So I know that's super important. And then I'll use like orange or green or something for events like in my own life, so that when I'm looking at the calendar, I can easily decipher between what's work and what's not. It helps me a lot. I'm very visual. I am dyslexic. I do have ADHD. So maybe it's just something that works for me and you don't need to do that. But I love that. It keeps me super organized having one of those little childish pens I'm obsessed with, and it does really help. So I color code everything. This way you also know like, okay, oh, I have something that I need to be like decent looking for. You see that in green that week. You know that maybe you have to go get your nails done or go get a blowout or schedule certain things or go shopping for an outfit. This helps me stay organized in that sense as well. The reason why I think that it's so important to put these like big life events, even just birthdays or weddings of like relatives, anything like that in your calendar immediately, like when you have the save the date, or even if they're just telling you, because sometimes you don't get that save the date until like maybe 6 months out, and maybe you already have a client booked that day, and that puts you in a really tough position because you want to go to a family member's wedding, but you're already booked with another wedding, and it makes it really hard. And take it from me, I've done it where I'm working all morning and then trying to run home to get ready and then getting to the wedding, and it's just not as enjoyable. So trying to keep those days separate from work is really important. And asking people, like maybe it's a cousin that you know just got engaged, asking them, hey, I know that you didn't send out any save the dates yet. I'm just starting to get really booked out, and I just want to make sure that I have your special date in my calendar so that I'm not working on that day and I could be there enjoying your big day. So making sure you're reaching out to family and friends, making sure you're putting in important dates, even like your friends' children's birthdays, maybe stuff like that. Very important to have in the book so that you know when those are coming up, so that you can plan accordingly and still enjoy life with your family and friends instead of just working like a crazy animal every single day of your life. So now you're looking at your calendar that you just got, and now it's starting to look pretty full. Even if it's not a ton of clients, even if you're newer, you're going to have all of your life events in there. You're going to have the special events that are in your area in there. And if you are busier or an artist who does already have clients on the books, you'll see all of those clients, and it'll all be very visual. And you should try to color code it. I promise you it makes a big difference on just everything in life. So it will keep you much more organized. So now that you have your clients in, you have the events in, you have your life events in there. Now you want to sit back and maybe schedule a vacation or two for yourself. I think this is also super important. We work so hard as freelance makeup artists. We give up so much of our life for our clients. We pour our heart and souls into it. And a lot of the times it's a lot of fun, but so much of the time it can be really stressful as well. We work on high stress days, wedding days, biggest days of your clients' lives, and you need to be there as the sponge absorbing all of the chaos. We are not only makeup artists, we do help with anything else that happens. I'm sure a lot of you guys know there can be things that happen and you don't know that you're going to be putting on the bride's shoe, but you're putting on the bride's shoe because the maid of honor is nowhere to be found, or they're fighting with their in-laws and you're just absorbing all of this stress. So make sure that you have time off, even if it's a staycation. I know that we kind of talked about that in the last video, but make sure that you set up time to a week. Give yourself a week, maybe twice a year. If you want to do more, do it more, maybe do it quarterly, but make sure you have that time to relax, enjoy yourself, do things that you want to do. Because even if you have destination weddings that are taking you to wherever you want to go, they're not really places that you want to go. So make sure that you're putting those times in your calendar to really ensure that you're looking forward to something and you get to plan something for yourself and enjoy all for your own, not for other people. Once you have all of that in, now you could start looking at when your slower seasons are, when your busier seasons are. And this is another reason why I like to have a physical calendar, because I could go back and look and be like, okay, last year I was so busy in June and I was so busy in October, but I was really, really slow in January. I only had maybe 5 brides in January, when in maybe June I had 25 brides. It's just starting to look at what is happening around you in your area when you become busy, when you become slow. And once you accumulate enough of these calendars throughout the years, you really can start to see the patterns. You could start to see when clients book, when it's really slow. So in those really slow times, you want to try to book yourself out with content. You need to start planning out what you're going to do. Let's just say you're slow in January and February is the next month. You can plan, oh, I want to do a Valentine's Day styled shoot so that it's done and I can start posting about it 2 weeks before Valentine's Day. And I could really get a ton of people in for that weekend. It's going to be so much fun. And that right there, there's your promo. You're going to get a ton of clients just from that. And you're doing that in your slow season when you had nothing else to do, opposed to sitting home panicking because you have no clients, you're really slow. Where's the money going to come from? You're going to be able to set that up. You could even do classes of your own. Maybe if you are an experienced artist and people do want to learn from you, maybe set up small group lessons or one-on-ones in the time that you're slow so you're still bringing in money. If you are not there, if you are a newer artist, the collaboration shoots are your best friend. Do it, do it, do it. I've talked about collaborating in past videos. Go watch those. I've talked about, the importance of really getting to know the other vendors around you and collaborating with them, tagging each other. And this will just bring you more clients in the long run. Even if you're not making money doing that collaboration shoot, you're going to make money from that collaboration shoot. So doing things that will make you money in the long run are the most important. Another great thing to do in your slower months is take as many trials as possible. So you want to try to avoid taking a ton of trials in the months that you're busy, because you're going to get overworked, you're going to be stressed, you're going to be exhausted. You're not going to want to be doing trials all week and then going into a busy weekend of brides. So try to take as many trials as you possibly can in your slower season. That's going to bring in money, cash in your pocket, and keep your business floating and alive through those slower months. While we're on the topic of trials, very important also to try to keep your trials limited to weekdays. I personally only offer trials on Tuesdays and Wednesdays between the hours of 10 to 4. So my clients can only pick the dates and times that I have available. I'm not running around on a Friday night going to do a trial. I'm not running on a Saturday to go do a trial, because those are really important for me to keep open for my higher ticket clients like brides. So I think it's really important, because even if you're slower right now and you're just trying to grab whatever you can at the moment, if someone's trying to book you for a trial 6 months out on a Saturday morning and you're like, okay, I'll take it, I have it open. Maybe in 2 months from now, you get a bride asking about that day and now you can't take that bride because you have a trial, and you're gonna make so much more off of the bride than the trial. And you can explain to the people who are inquiring about getting a trial, say, I take trials on whatever days you want. I would only pick 2 so that you could keep the rest of your week open to create content and do whatever else you need to get done for yourself personally throughout the week. So limit it to 1 or 2 days a week and make sure you have time frames that they can choose from. Let them know that you do keep your weekends blocked off for weddings and special occasion clients only. If you are just starting off, I'm not a big like promo girl when it comes to like giving discounts for makeup, but you can definitely start offering some kind of promo. Hey, the month of January, if you book a makeup session with me, you will get 15 or 20% off. Make it exciting for them. They might just book you or schedule you just because you're giving some kind of discount. And that might be a lifelong client. Or maybe if you're just talking to your clients that you physically have at the time, say, hey, if you refer me 5 clients, I'll do, the next time you need makeup for free, whatever that may be, because word of mouth is going to be your best friend. That's going to get you so many clients in the long run. If a client is physically speaking about you to other people and praising you and saying how amazing you are going to get so much more booked than just trying to promote yourself on Instagram or social media. 2 last things that I want to quickly touch on when you're in your slower seasons. Try to educate yourself as much as possible. Education is key. Try to throw in at least 4 times a year. I like to do it quarterly personally. Take a class of some sort. Take a makeup class, take a videography class, take a photography class, take a marketing class, anything that you're interested in, anything that's going to help grow your business, take those classes and make sure you put them in the books. Research what's going on around you and make sure you're educating yourself at least quarterly, if not more. If you are content with where you're at in life and you don't think you're ever going to learn any more and you're the best of the best, you're going to start seeing huge downfall in your success. It's so important, no matter how successful you are, to always continue your education. And that's what I do. I take classes at least quarterly to continue my education and always stay up with the trends and do better for myself. So make sure you're putting those in there. Last thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is regroup, refocus, and revamp. So you want to regroup, look at what's been going on, look at what has been working for you, look what has not been working for you, because both of those are very important. You need to look back and see what is bringing you joy, what's not bringing you joy, what you can change. Maybe that's making some adjustments to your contracts. Maybe that's changing your pricing. Maybe that's blocking off Sundays because you decided that, working Friday, Saturday, Sunday isn't working for you. You want a day home to spend with family or friends. Making sure that you're revamping and revisiting your goals in your slower season to really understand what's going to get you to that goal is so important. So don't just sit there bored, laying on the couch watching movies in your slow weeks, and make sure that you're really evaluating what's been going on, evaluating what does make you happy, what doesn't make you happy, what is working, what's not working, and get rid of the things that don't make you happy. Get rid of the things that don't make you money. Get rid of the things that are not benefiting you, and bring in more of the things that do make you happy. Bring in more of the things that do make you money, and really evaluating those goals. Maybe your goals changed. Maybe you want to adjust your goals. This is the time to really self-reflect and figure out where you need to go and what direction you need to go, and pivot if you need to. But taking this time is super, super important, or you're just going to be on this hamster wheel and you'll never evolve. You'll never become more successful. Now that you know what you need to do to plan out a successful year, now I need you to go out, get that calendar, make sure you're writing it down, get that clicky, colorful pen, make sure you're color coding. And this is really going to set you up for success. There's so many things that go into it. Even when I know that I have like a destination bride and I put like a little sticker or I'll draw a little plane so that I know that I need to make sure that those are booked well in advance. It just gives you so much clarity and peace with what's coming up. You don't have anxiety. You're not stressed. You're almost relieved when the slow seasons come. You're prepared for when the busy seasons are coming. It is going to help you so much just to make this plan and set up your calendars accordingly. I'm super excited to go into the next episode. You guys are going to get it next week. It is going to be part 3 of this 3-part series, and that is going to be how to execute all of the stuff that I just talked about and make sure that you are going to be the most successful makeup artist that you possibly can be this year. Again, I'm Lauren D'Amelio Ventre. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please go into the comment section. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my awesome videos. And don't forget to grab your free download. Love you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Bye.